Morning, happy Saturday. I am so glad to be here in my core. I'm just so happy to be here in my core. I just have to tell you that when you kind of like take your purpose lightly and you just kind of like, kind of brush it off like, you try it and then it's like, it's even when it's not your divine timing and it's like, oh, whatever. It just comes back to you. You can't run. You can't run from it. It just keeps coming back to you. So I'm just happy I'm settled into my core now. Okay. Um, so I am Tumba Mukendi, aka the Agape Love Speaker, the bridal designer. Um, so definitely visit our website at ntumba.ntumba.com. ntumba.ntumba.com. We have bridal party, bridal dresses, and we need to restock the ties and stuff with that. The bow ties. That's what we have. So if you're getting married in August, definitely visit the website ntumba.ntumba.com. ntumba.ntumba.com. Are you getting married in August? Check out that website out, ntumba.ntumba.com. Okay, so today's the last edition of Lovers and Friends. Lovers and Friends, episode 4. A big butt and a smile. Yeah, just a big butt and a smile. Okay. So first, I'm gonna get into my mood as I always do, so you can see what self agape love is about. So I was in the train. I have lots of stories about the train. So this is agape love about your physical care, your physical agape love, taking care of your physical. So I was in the train. Let me just start off by saying that everybody has their sentiments about wearing a mask. Okay, everybody has their opinions about wearing a mask and have their sentiments. So I was on the train. This older woman, maybe in this late 60s or with black people, you can't tell the age, right? So, you know, I everybody knows I don't like wearing masks. I have my reasons. So she's like, "Oh, can you cover your mouth? Can you cover your mouth and nose? Can you cover your mouth and nose?" Right? I was taken back. I was like, "She's talking to me." So then I was like, well, if you have faith in the mask, if you believe that the mask is helping you, then I don't know what you're scared of, right? If you think that the mask is really working and helping you, then you have nothing to be afraid of. What are you afraid of? Right? What are you worried about me? Right? And she's like, right? Right? And then out of nowhere, timing, I don't know, I started coughing. But I do that when my throat is dry or I'm also allergic to dust and stuff like that. I just grew these allergies to dust and stuff. Or pesticide, whatever they're spraying. So I started coughing and here she goes. I was like, so I just started drinking water. And everybody else was like, because they heard her comment. So I got off the train and we got off the same stop. Okay. We got off the same stop. And and so I got when I got off the train, I saw she was still behind me, so I was like and then the guy behind me, just he was going the same way I was going, he just turned around. And I was like, all right, don't do what I do what I say. The devil made me do it. The devil made me do it. No, but seriously, everybody has to choose the way they are protecting themselves. Now, I've been I mean, I didn't get personal with her. This is a personal thing, how you protecting yourself. I didn't get personal with her. I didn't ask her if she was a vegan. I've been a vegan for about 2 years now. So my immune system is my mask. My immune system is, I've been muscling up my immune system for about 2 years. I wasn't like, wow, are you a vegan? Are you still eating meat? Did you eat that McDonald's yesterday? Are you taxing your immune system? And I didn't ask her, well, do you take baths in salt water? I take a bath in Himalayan salt water, and iodine, it kills viruses. And I was like, well, do you cleanse your lungs every day? Which I cleanse my lungs every day with moringa bitter. And I didn't tell her, I didn't ask her if she takes vitamin Z. I mean, if she takes zinc, vitamin D3, right? It has to be the vitamin D3 and vitamin C 1000. And I take a bath in vitamin C 5000. Okay. So I know how to muscle up my immune system. And the mask actually weakens your immune system, so it undoes some of the work I've been doing this work for 2 years, okay. And I just added all the salt baths and all that stuff just because of the climate. But as long as you muscle up, I believe as long as you muscle up your immune system, that's your mask, okay. Now, if you believe, this is not in any ways to convince you not to wear a mask. All right, so it depends on how you choosing to protect yourself. Like, I asked my dad what he prefers. Does he prefer me to wear a mask when I come to see him? And he said, yeah, he prefers. So I'll wear a mask when I go see him. Everybody should be choosing how they want to protect themselves. Okay. So mask is great, but I don't think it's what protects you. I think that it I don't know. For me, it doesn't do it. For me, my immune system does it, and it when you breathe in the carbon dioxide again, it weakens your immune system, and then I'm doing all the work I've been doing for 2 years, and that's why you in big cities you always have trees because of the ecosystem, because the trees breathes in the carbon dioxide and breathes out oxygen. So then we breathe in oxygen and then breathe out the carbon dioxide and other toxins. So we're breathing it back in when we wear this mask. So I mean, if an establishment requires me to wear a mask, I'll wear it, but it's not really my preference. So just to say. Also, so we're going to be restocking our skincare product, right? And all of them now have antiviral superfood properties, okay? We added antiviral superfood in all of our edible skincare products. So they're all recipes. It's 5 recipes in a pack. And just look out for it because we're going to be reboosting that. Okay, so we'll be right along. Moving right along. Okay, big button smile. All right, so just a little review. It is essential, right? It is essential for us to be friends, best friends when we're in a friendship, relationship. It's essential for that friendship, that nurturing friendship, because we are soulmates. We are soulmates. We made a pact to meet in the third dimension so we can help each other. Remember that we are spiritual beings in the fifth dimension having a third dimension experience. Okay. So we made this pact to remind each other that. And of course, it's always through some kind of discomfort or maybe something loving that reminds us that each time we get an experience like that and grow, right? It gets us closer, and we remember a bit more that we're spiritually in the fifth dimensions. having a third dimension experience. So how do we get beyond the visual factor, right? The visual factor, big writing style, the visual factor, so we can remember who we really are as agape love in the fifth dimension, right? How do we implement this memory, right? Uh, by getting beyond this the visual factor. Okay, how do we get beyond the visual factor so we can remember that we're spiritual beings in the fifth dimension having a third dimension experience? Okay. Okay, so now we get beyond this visual factor. Here are some pointers. I'm gonna direct this to women as far as pointers. All right, so this pointer is directed to women. Now, women sometimes we feel pressured, right, to fit into the societal image of just minimizing ourselves into body parts, right? Body yada 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 yada. Body yada yada. Although it's a fun, body yada is fun, right? Body yada. But seriously, some of us do feel pressured, or if that's all we see, that's all we grew up around, and all we see is women minimizing themselves into body yada 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 yada. Right? Now, if you want to somehow raise your self-esteem, you want to somehow get out of that, break out of that, and you're feeling uncomfortable, and you don't know how to do it, right? All right, so here's one way you can do it. Here's a how-to, right? One way you can do it is by flipping the script on men. No, don't treat them like body ID, but flip the script on men. All right, when it comes to your sexuality. All right, so if you're celibate, if you become celibate, right? If you choose to become celibate, believe me, it is now more accepted in this society to become celibate. Okay, you see it more in TV shows. You see it more, even with popular people. Justin Bieber was celibate before he got married to his present wife. Sierra, Megan Good. Megan Good, actually, she promotes it. Her and her husband, they have a book promoting celibacy before marriage. And it helps you do the work. It helps you really look into yourself and raise your self-esteem. All right, let's flip the script on these men. Okay. Right now we're in the feminine energy. The fifth dimension is here now. So we're in the feminine energy, and the feminine energy allows you to be who you are, your authenticity. Okay. It allows you to be who you are, and it's more accepted. It's about allowing. Fifth dimension is about allowing. Feminine energy is about allowance. Okay. And don't worry about what men are gonna think. As a matter of fact, authenticity is sexy. It's like the sexiest thing ever. Okay. Men love women that are authentic. It goes both ways. Like, I love men that are authentic. Okay. I don't want them to have all these layers trying to fit in, and just be authentic. And that is very attractive for both men and women. And men will love that. Okay, a man will love you even more because you're authentic about your desires, about what you want to do. Now, this is if you want to take this choice, if you want to take this route. Okay. Flip that script. All right, so we don't have to do things the way it was in the old Earth. Okay, in the third dimension, the old Earth, it's dying down. It's a male dominant society, but now it's flipped. You could check the conjunction. After the conjunction, it's like we really split. So we don't have to do things the old way, the old Earth way, where it was a male dominant masculine society. Okay, so that's like falling down. That's why you see more women leaders, because we're in the feminine energy, right? We're in the fifth dimension, y'all. Okay. Okay, next, another thing you can do. Another thing you can do to get beyond the visual aspect. There's two things. I'll break it down to two things. Okay, becoming the master of your mind. I have used this. I use this technique for different things, to overcome different things. So becoming the master of your mind, I use a silent meditation. So that's where you observing your thoughts in silence, right, as a third person, and that teaches you not to react to every thought that you think about. Okay, so that goes for women, especially. Well, I would direct this to the men, because the men, in general, not all men, in general, you know, it's like they tend to be more visual, they tend to be more visual and go with whatever they're thinking, whatever they're fantasizing in their mind from the visual that they see, big brightness smile, right? Yeah, I want to hit that. Women do it too, but I think, I hear about, well, from my experience, I hear more about men being visual and just going whatever they think in their mind, about what they're seeing. Okay. Eyes. Can't trust the big button to smile. Okay. Silent meditation helps you to observe your thoughts, right, in silence, right, and as a third person, and you're not reacting to it. You're not reacting to your thoughts. You're practicing not reacting to your thoughts, and then the more you practice that, you become master of your mind. Like, thoughts will just come through your head, but you're not going to react to it. Only the ones that you want to react to. Got it. Okay. All right. So those are the two things you can do, right, to get beyond the visual aspect. There was something else I wanted to touch on. Oh, so today was kind of simple, huh? Kind of short, sweet, and simple. Okay, yeah. So really, we shouldn't have to sexualize the body. Okay, so we should see our body as God's work of art, guys. I mean, let me tell you, if it was up to me, I'll be walking around buck naked. I mean, I want to be naked. I want to be free and naked. I want to be naked. I mean, I seriously. If it was up to me, I would just be buck naked and just walk around naked. That's how much freedom. How much I love my freedom. How much I want to be free. You know. But that's not sexualizing the body. Like, it's like when God asked Eve, "How do you know that you're naked?" Like, they were just naked, free, naked, just naked, right? So that's not sexualizing the body. You can be naked and not sexualize the body. You know what I mean? Like, you have some parts in some areas, not just in Africa, but like warm places, right, where they live in a natural environment, and everyone's walking around naked, right? And the body is not sexualized. Okay, body yaddy. Okay. So that's what I wanted to touch on. The body doesn't always have to be sexualized. Okay, it could be seen as God's work of art, which it is. Positive image, positive body image. So that's what I wanted to touch on today. Going beyond the visual, how to get beyond the visual. Okay. Thank you for having me share this information, and for being my soulmate. You guys, we're soulmates. Okay, you have a great Saturday. Thank you.